Paper or purple writing?
Don't want
Purple paper. Okay.
What was the question?
Building for today means.
That's what I want to say. Okay. Building for today means laying a solid foundation.
I was just gonna make it it's just gonna go off.
So I was a homeless youth when I was growing up, and it was only for the care and generosity of others that I was able to get out of the situation that I was in. And I always felt a responsibility to pay back, not pay back the people that helped me, but pay it forward to the people who need it.
I love working with youth, and I love that I can help and support them find their own goals.
My hope in doing the work that I do is to provide hope for the youth, for their future, to give them an idea and help bring them out of survival mode and into growth mode.
Building for the future means listening to the next generation.
They are just like everybody else. They have goals, they have dreams, they have hopes.
I think each of us have a responsibility to make the world a better place, and it's not the same for everybody. I mean, some people are in a position where they can just open their checkbook and write a check, and I think that's wonderful, and we definitely need those people. But other people have to get in the trenches and do what they can in the trenches.
Here it is, right? So this is got the Streetworks logo. You can see. So in here,
the green bag is a symbol to our community of what our values are.
The green bag is a privilege.
The green bag, I would say it's like my ID for work.
If I'm on the train, I'm doing outreach with somebody, being that visible as an outreach worker comes with a responsibility that you're gonna protect the people around you, and that safety and security really matters.
We've got all of our.
Streetworks is a collaborative of 16 different youth-serving nonprofits in the Twin Cities metro and suburbs, working for youth who are on the street in the encampments at risk of homelessness or experiencing homelessness. The idea of outreach is just that you're, again, meeting people literally where they're at.
If you need snacks, here's snacks. If you need socks, here's socks. Whatever you need, we're here for you.
A lot of the times people are thinking, how do I get the youth to trust me? How do I get the youth to trust me? You have to trust your youth. The folks that we're working with aren't necessarily taking more risks than other folks, It's just that the stakes are higher.
The one thing I have to say about the youth on the streets is they're somebody. I've run into countless people who I grew up with now on the streets. And that affects me really, mentally, because that could have been me. I just gotta keep doing what I do so I can help them or people who are like them. Every time I put the green bag on, I try to be a better version of myself when I step outside. Not even just for work, just because of what we represent.
Mental health is important because it affects every single human being through every stage of life. I meet with children and families, and we do lots of different therapeutic activities. Sometimes that can look like play or dancing, it can be drawing, and then learning about parenting and learning about emotional regulation. And trust is the cornerstone of every single relationship. And that's one of the first things that we start assessing for is what level of trust does the child have with the parent? And when they're older, what level of trust does the parent have with the child? Building for the future means helping learn the skills to be able to handle everything that the future can throw at us.
The more safe and healthy adults that are in a young person's life, the more safe they will be. And it's that simple.
We're gonna go through a little bit of this safe and healthy relationships guide.
What I want you to do with your pair is to work together to come up with a list of 10 qualities that you would look for in a healthy friendship.
Cherish All Children partners with churches and communities to prevent child sexual exploitation. One of the programs that we use is a Safe and Healthy Relationships Youth Guide. And this is a 4-session guide that helps support youth in learning about safe and healthy relationships, about online safety, about what sexual exploitation and trafficking really are, and create a safety plan for themselves.
My second top quality would probably be reliability.
You need to be relatable.
Interests. Building for the future means that we're preparing those children and youth to step into a healthy future with safe and healthy relationships.
I want families to stay together. I want everybody to succeed, because when we all do better, we all do better. I know that for my community, that when my most vulnerable do better, we're all going to do better. I am a high-fidelity wraparound facilitator for Lutheran Social Services.
With 4 visits a week for 9 months, Tammy and I got to know each other very well.
If you have a crisis in your life, you may reach out to a therapist. You may share with teachers. A lot of times services are provided in silos.
My husband and I decided to become foster parents because we love children and want to provide a safe space for kids who needed them.
My role is to come in and wrap around all of those services to get everybody on the same page, working towards the same goal.
Tammy and I met 2 years ago because I was using Lutheran Social Services as a facility to host supervised visits for one of my kiddos.
I think it helps when we teach people who are vulnerable how to advocate for themselves, because they're always the strongest voices.
I think people who show up for you and you know are going to show up for you are really, really key.
We take families where they're at and help them see a better future.
Oh No 18 is a program that teaches independent living skills to youth who have spent at least 30 days in foster care from the time that they turned 14.
I had to erase your little one. Why?
My name is Pam. I'm a mom of 3 adopted children and 2 biological children.
She needs to be in our emotional regulation group.
Oh No 18 teaches independent living skills in both our one-on-one case management individually with the youth and then in the group capacity where youth get to learn with each other and do some more hands-on skills.
Community is very important. These kids need as much support as they can possibly get to make their future successful.
Community has kind of gotten lost in our current culture, and Building for Today is putting forth those building blocks to reestablish a community culture. If you just walk by when they're struggling, it's like walking out on yourself because you're not getting that opportunity that's right in front of you. It's given to you to walk over and to help and to support people. It is a gift to be able to work with these kids. It's not a job, it's a way of life for me.
Commercial sexual exploitation is the exchange of something of value or the promise of something of value for a sexual favor.
The Safe Harbor program is a network of programs to serve youth who have experienced sexual exploitation and/or trafficking.
Human trafficking, which is the combination of labor and sex trafficking, is the second largest criminal enterprise worldwide, just below drugs.
My name's Marissa Williams. I work with Safe Harbor. I grew up in 22 foster homes.
Trust is really important because youth really value that. They need to know that when we say we're going to do something, we're going to do that.
The worst thing as a foster kid is a social worker saying what they know what you've been through and they have no idea. So someone that can relate to you is amazing.
Having that one safe, supportive, healthy adult means all the world to these individuals while they're going through this. And if they have someone they can turn to, they're less likely to be able to be blackmailed into further exploitation and abuse.
They treat you like a human. Sorry, I'm gonna cry. They treat you like a person. They do what they can to help you. They don't care what time it is. They don't care. As long as they're helping you. I'm living proof that you can make it through and you don't have to be one of those statistics. It's nice meeting other people that struggle and see how far they are now with the help of LSS.
When I turned 18, I thought I'd be I don't know, I had outrageous goals for being 18. When you're doing everything by yourself, you're pretty much exhausting yourself. It's just you. With someone there, I think it pretty much helps you stay in the moment, this was the best thing ever. I'd say they're definitely that extra mom, that parent you didn't have at the time or something like that.
Renaissance is a transitional living program for youth that are 16 to 21 years old.
When I first got here, I was kind of rebellious to the fact of the rules and stuff. But slowly over time, I actually kind of got comfortable, and they taught me a lot of stuff that I wouldn't have been able to learn outside of this building.
They can stay for up to 18 months. They have case management services that help them establish independent living skills with the goal of being able to transition out onto their own.
So like when you first come here, you give them like 30% of like whatever your check was. It's optional too, by the way. But once you do give them that, it goes towards a savings account.
Some of those youth are going to go on to college, some have gone into the military, some get their own apartment.
Well, it's like rent. They're teaching you how to pay rent and they're teaching you how to save at the same time.
Over time, they establish the skills they need to be able to live independently.
It's really been beneficial, watching everything pile up over time. It's a pretty nice feeling. So.
Well, Marian has been a resident at Renaissance for quite some time. He's worked so hard, and all of us are very, very proud of him.
He's really caring about other people and about his community.
It's never too late to take that leap of faith into what you're believing in. I just want to be like stable and okay after this. I want to be okay in my own mind and know that things are going to work out, if it's one of those rainy days, I think everyone needs a little bit of help.
You want to make the world better. Everyone's here for a reason, and it's hard to see someone not able to achieve their greatness just because they don't have the resources or the opportunities that other people have.
Building for today really means looking at what's happening and really listening and understanding, being here, being present for today.
We inspire hope by growing connections, by giving youth stability so that they can explore their own unique gifts and talents.
We really need to listen to what's happening and listen to the youth, because you know what? They're living it, they're experiencing it.
Building for the future means reaching out. Lives are changed when people have safety, when they have hope, when they have community connections, and they can grow and thrive.